Hey there guys, welcome to another video. Today we are doing, as you can probably tell by the thumbnail, the title, and what's in front of us, the Gen 4 starter tier list. Let's get into it. So Gen 4 is probably one of the most beloved gens, and for that reason alone, I feel every single first stage starter has to be an A, and every single starter has to be an A. Purely just because this generation is loved beyond everything else. The middle stages are a different story. So I'm going to tackle all three of these at the same time. Grottle, I'm just not a fan. Out of the three, I feel he does a good job connecting it, but you know, the helmet thing, like, just not there, just not there. Monferno's good. I do like Monferno. Not as much as the first stages. Prinplup's the best out of the three. I would say purely just for aesthetic reasons, I don't want them to be, cross tiers. But all the starters, solid. All of them. Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup. I know I've slandered Turtwig in the past, and I've slandered other starters in the past, but realistically, these guys are absolutely solid. Moving on to probably one of the cutest regional birds, we have Starley. And really, Starley has to be up there with the starters for me. He's pretty iconic. I really like him. Staravia as well in the anime. I actually think I prefer Staravia to I definitely prefer him to Monferno. Staraptor as well. I don't know if you've... I don't know when this video is going to come out, if it's before or after my Sinnoh team project. But Staraptor is a key feature in one of those, so he's going to have to be in the S tier. Without saying much, Bidoof has to be in the S tier, and Bibarel, just the meme, D tier. A really good utility Pokemon. So I won't put him there for the meme. This has to be a serious tier list. I like him less than Monferno, but more than Grottle. Kricketot, stupid. Kricketune, I like the mustache, not as much as Grottle. Jinx is another, all these like little baby boys, they did an amazing job. Luxio, I do like more than Bibarel, I like him more than Grottle. Pretty obvious for the next one. Luxray is an S tier, he is absolutely amazing. Quickfire now, Badoo is a baby Pokemon that they added. I'm not a fan of Badoo. Roserade, on the other hand, is an S tier Pokemon, absolutely love him. The fossils in this generation, Cranados and Shieldon, both really good. I feel that maybe I'm jumping a little bit ahead with the A tier. I feel like they're definitely B tiers with their evolutions being A tiers. I think that they've done really well to encapsulate like what a fossil is in this generation at least. Next up we have Burmese Line, and I'll be honest, not a fan of Burmy or Wormadam. I feel like they're very forgettable. Mothim as well. Just this whole line here, I'm sorry if you like Burmy and Wormadam and Mothim, but just not for me. Combee, the male Combee, very nice. Vespiquen is a very cool Pokemon. I do like him more than I like her more than Staravia. Next up, we probably have one of the coolest Pikachu clones, the Ice Electric one. I actually do like that. I was going to put him here. I actually do quite like him. I didn't know how much I liked him until I'm looking at this list. I like him more than Vespiquen, not as much as this little guy here. Again, Buizel, just one of these guys, one of these starter guys, one of the iconic Sinnoh boys. Same with Floatzel. He's one of the team members. He's up the top. Cherim, get out of here. Whatever this guy's called. I like him. I like it. I like the sunny form. Well, I like those. I don't understand why we had both forms of these, but not both forms of Shellos and Gastrodon. But you know, I do like Shellos and Gastrodon equally. I think Shellos is a little bit lower, but Gastrodon's definitely at least an A tier for me. This guy has too many hands. I really don't like his face. He's gonna go at the very. Drifblim carries off children in their sleep, so that's pretty. What am I saying? No, Drifblim's quite cool. Creepy backstory aside, Drifblim is probably one of the first Pokemon I thought was Drifblim is, I think, one of the better evolutions from Generation 4. And I think he's kind of perfect. Perfectly encapsulates, you know, where we're going with this design. Now we have the meme Pokemon. I feel like Lopunny, just for the meme, like, it's become, has to be in a lower tier along with Baneri. Now we have two cool Pokemon that have evolved. So kind of regional evolution, but they're just evolutions now. We have Miss Magius, which is definitely an improvement on all of these Pokemon in B tier. And we have Honchkrow, which I feel is at least an A tier. I would say it's not as good as these guys here. I really don't like the cats in Generation 4, whatever these guys' names are, Glameow and Perugly, I think they're called. One of the worst Pokemon I feel to have created. I hate it when you have to battle it in the Wind Valley Windworks, whatever it's called. And Mars has one of these and it just annihilates me every time. I really don't like these. Chingling, very disappointing Pokemon. It's in 7 FPS for the Chingling. Up next, we have him in 7 FPS for Legends Arceus. I feel like the baby Pokemon are done quite well for Generation 4. Overall, I do like them. They're alright. Stunky is one that I feel is definitely a C tier, and Skunk Tank, I like him more than Grottle, I like him more than Chingling. Bronzong, I feel, has a really cool shiny, so for that, I'm going to put him above the baby Bonsly. I feel Chingling, Mime Jr., you know, they're just solid. They've taken the evolved Pokemon, and they've managed to create babies, and they all look decent. Fair play to them. A Pokemon that I cannot forgive is Jackal. Like, what is the point in this bird, realistically? I feel for that reason alone, and just for, like, what actually is it, it's just going to go in D tier. Not a big fan. Pokemon I am a big fan of is Spiritomb. Spiritomb is one of the coolest Pokemon I think I've ever seen. He has, like, his own little side mission. I thought he was legendary when I was younger. Especially just having Generation 5 and seeing him, I always thought, oh, this is a legendary. But no. I found out later down the line once I started playing Platinum, he's not legendary. He is just incredibly hard to get unless you have 2 DSs and 2 copies of the game. Again, we have one of the great Pokemon lines of this generation. I feel Gible is not as good as the starters, but he's up there. Gabite, definitely a solid evolution. He's going to go above Fossils. And then we have Garchomp. Obviously, we're rehashing these lists later on. That's what we do at the end of the video, but another baby Pokemon that just smashed it right on the head is Munchlax. Another baby Pokemon, 2 baby Pokemon actually, that I feel just smash it out the park are Riolu and Munchlax. Even though Riolu is a new Pokemon to this generation, I feel having the babies all come from this generation make Riolu stand out. I can't have Lucario not in the S tier, so he's just going to be up there straight away. Obviously the Megas, we're not doing them, we're leaving them out. Hippopotas, I did not know how to say that until my Pokemon Go shinies. You are going to go firmly in the C tier. Hippowdon, on the other hand, is a cool Pokemon. Don't like him as much as Gastrodon. Next we have Skorupi, who has a really cool shiny. I feel he has to go here for the shiny. Drapion, not as good. I feel like I don't like him as much as I like the first stage fossils. Next up we have Krogunk and Toxicroak. So Krogunk, just for the anime alone, is going to go up here next to Buizel. These guys in the anime, unrivaled. Toxicroak, not as much. A little bit more than Drapion, but still, I do prefer the first stage. Carnivane is another Pokemon where I feel they've just kind of... They've had a cool concept, but they haven't done much with it. I feel that it can't go really above Bibarel. I feel Bibarel is really low on this list now. I think Bibarel has to go. I feel Carnivine is very underutilized. It is above, but below the babies. It's because, you know, it doesn't really belong up here. Finneon and Lumineon, 2 Pokemon that I forget exist. The only reason they're not at the back is because of weird Hansy McGee over here. He's still at the back with his weird ears, hair, and trim. Just terrible. Another baby that's handled really well is Mantike. Obviously not as good as Munchlax. Abomasnow is one of my favorite ice types from this generation. That is not saying much considering I think he is the only ice type so far. But he is one of my favorite ice types, period, I think. Snover as well, you know, really good Pokemon. I think the grass ice type works really well. He's going to go above them. I think I prefer Cranados. We have another evolved form. Sneasel's evolved form, Weavile, is definitely an S tier Pokemon. Another one is Magnezone. I feel Magnezone is definitely the top of A tier. I do enjoy him more than these starters. I think he has definitely been in a few of my teams, and I feel that when you evolve a Gen 1 Pokemon, it has to lie somewhere near the top of the table, as long as it's good. Well done. Unlike the babies. I like the babies, but they're not, you know, S tier. As I just said that about evolving Gen 1 Pokemon, Licky is definitely not one of them. I feel Licky is definitely a terrible Pokemon and should be... I do like him more than Kricketoone's mustache, though. Angrowth is a very, very good example of why you should evolve Kanto Pokemon. I definitely don't like him more than Gible or Shinx, but I definitely like him more... He belongs here next to Gastrodon. He's very cool. Now we have 3 Gen 1 evolutions, all of which belong above the starters, at least the first stages. Rhyhorn, Electabuzz, and Magmar. We also have Togekiss. Togekiss is a solid S tier Pokemon. The only reason these guys aren't here is because of the trade evolution. We also have Yanmega. Yanmega is a really cool Pokemon. I don't think I can put him in S tier though, although I would love to. I feel like he has to go near Honchkrow. Just slightly below him because of the bug type. Evolutions are something that always ranks high on my lists. Glaceon and Leafeon are 2 of the coolest evolutions, I think. Next we have the Pokemon that I can never tell what type it is, so it's going to go in S tier, but I could not tell you what Gliscor's type is. I'm pretty sure it's ground type, which is just absolutely unbelievable to me. Another Pokemon I think was absolutely unbelievable in the anime is Mamoswine. I definitely prefer him to the evolutions. Porygon Z is a Pokemon that has had not a lot of love since its questionable anime. That was Porygon, not Porygon Z, but unfortunately he lives in the hole that Porygon has put him in. We go here in A tier. Gallade is an S tier Pokemon, fight me on it, I absolutely love Gallade. Probopass is a Pokemon that I'm very indifferent to. I definitely like him less than Drapion. I like him less than a lot of these. I like him more than Carnivine. Dusknoir is a very cool Pokemon. Again, the trade evolution lets him down a little bit, otherwise he would be in the S tier. That for me is, a bit of a deal breaker. Frostlass is also one of those, another ice type in this region, and it is very cool. Snorunt and Glalie. I mean, Glalie not in Gen 4. Neither Snorunt. I'm pretty sure they're Gen 3. I'm gonna look like an idiot now. I'm pretty sure they're Gen 3. Frostlass, though, is a very cool Pokemon. I do like Frostlass a little bit less than the fossil. Frostlass is gonna go just above Porygon Z. We then have every form of Rotom to date other than, Phone, Bike. Rotom, again, is one of the Pokemon I thought was legendary. So it's gonna have to go in S tier. For the rest of the, I'm just gonna pick a tier for each. Yeah, so I'm going to pick my favorite one, which is Rotom Wall. And then we're just going to decide where these guys go depending on their types. So Rotom Grass at the bottom, the top of every tier, just because I want to separate them. Then Flying, then Heat, then Ice. I feel those are really good places for them. I don't hate the Grass one, but it's just a fact of having to, break them up a little bit because they are very similar. You know what? I've just gone back on myself and thought, you know what, all these Rotom forms deserve to be here. Next up, we have the Late Guardians, and out of all the legendaries in this generation, I feel that they're definitely some of the weakest that we've had. They deserve, a pretty middle of the road. They're legendaries. Dialga is an S tier Pokemon. Palkia is not. I'm sorry, I just cannot put Palkia in S tier. I just don't like it compared to Dialga. I've never seen anyone say that they prefer Palkia. Heatran is a Pokemon that just deserves to be low on the list. He's not very cool. He's a bit of an afterthought. I do like him more than the Late Guardians, so I can't put him in C tier. I'm gonna go at the top of B because he is a legend. Regigigas is an S tier. I feel that his influence, especially on the newer generations with the other Regis, he's one of the cooler ones. He's got his own unique ability, and he's the continent Pokemon, so there is that. Next up, we have my favorite Pokemon, or one of my favorites from the generation, Giratina. Beaten only by Bidoof in both forms, I feel. I do actually like the Serpentine one more, but they're Giratina's both forms, Origin and Legs, S tier Pokemon. Cresselia, I feel, is kind of like the Late Guardians, except a little bit better. I would put Cresselia around here, a little bit higher, like here, next to Yanmega and Abomasnow. I feel good about that. I don't like him more than any of these Pokemon. I like all of these Pokemon more. Now we have these guys. I quite like Manaphy, but it's purely because I have one. I feel that it has to go in D tier though, purely because of how Pokemon have handled these two Pokemon. These Pokemon need more appearances in just the games in general. They've appeared once in a game 10 years ago. I have a Manaphy and I have Fion from the original copy. And for me, they've been pride of my collection, but a lot of you guys need them. I'm putting them in D tier as a little bit of a symbol. Next up, we have Darkrai. Darkrai is just a straight S tier Pokemon. One of the coolest ones. I would say he almost belongs here. It's hard. I'm stuck between him and Giratina. I feel there is quite good, actually. I like him not as much as Serpentine form. A little bit more than Legs. Shaman and Sky Shaman are two Pokemon kind of like... Where have I just taken Burmese from? Shaman and Sky Shaman, where I've put Shaman in the exact right place. They are exactly like Fiona and Manaphy. They need more representation for me to put them anywhere higher on this list. Arceus, the God Pokemon, I feel has to go in S tier, but at the same time, I would realistically say he's not an S tier Pokemon to me. I've never used him. I've used him, I think, a few times. I have a legit one. I've just never used him because of, the plates and having to gather them, and I just always feel a little bit cheaty using the God. But yeah, that's every Pokemon listed. Let's get into sorting out these categories, and we can define, obviously Bidoof's not going to be the number one. He might be, but we're going to define these lists right now. Starting off with Group D. I feel Group D is quite an easy one for me to go through all the Burmese and all the Mothams and all that. You know, it's realistically just I like Bidoof the most, and I dislike this guy the most. The Mythicals, on the other hand, belong down here at the bottom purely because of their underrepresentation within this region, and I feel that with time they will definitely move up the list. I could revise these guys later on if you wanted to see me do a revised list after BDSP, but we'll see. Moving on to C tier, the smallest tier out of all of them. The only thing I've done to C tier is increase what Pokemon are in it. I feel I kind of forgot about C tier while I was going, and I've moved Carnivane into here because I like him less than all these Pokemon. And Probopass as well, I feel has to definitely sit around here at least. But with that, C tier is done. Grottle, my boy, is a little bit low, but B tier is pretty solid overall. I can't really see any issues with it. The only thing I do is maybe move Riolu a little bit higher, around here, and Monferno, maybe up to like here. That is my finished B tier. I like where everything is. I do prefer legendaries over regular Pokemon. That's, you know, realistically I should do. But yeah, the babies at the bottom, they are quite weak. Slacks, is that right? The trees put them down a little bit. Yeah, B tier done. Again, we have our a very large tier here. With this just shows how good Sinnoh is. Like usually these tiers are massive and these tiers are small. These tiers are huge for what we've done so far. All of these Pokemon are pretty equal, to be honest, on my level. I would use every single one of them. I would evolve every single one. I've had every single one of them, and they're just all really, really good. Congratulations, Game Freak. This is the best. The second best gen, with Gen 5 slightly ahead. So this is my S tier. We have Bidoof up the top, purely just because of his impact on the Pokemon community as a whole. He is very, very well known. The rest of them, Giratina, Darkrai, obviously the starters. I've just mapped them out. I prefer Infernape, then Empoleon, then Torterra. Fight me on it. I mean, you can love any of these starters. They are all brilliant. Regigigas is the slow start Pokemon, and Arceus, I feel it's kind of the same with the other mythicals down the bottom. But because we're getting Legend Arceus, and that is like a guaranteed, you're going to get Arceus, and we're going to have some development on Arceus, he definitely belongs in S tier. He's going to be unbelievable. But with that, guys, that is my Generation 4 tier list complete. The best Pokemon overall is these S tier Pokemon. Let me know what you think of this tier list down in the comments below. Any Pokemon that you would move, maybe your favorite Pokemon is Mismagimus. I will take that into consideration and never move him ever again. But I hope you guys had a good day and stay tuned for more videos like this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.